The Diplomat, 21st of March 2024, China alters its water politics and water warfare strategy. The substantial advantages that China has obtained from its occupation of Tibet have been detrimental to Asia and have reduced the region to water extortion. Opportunities for regional cooperation are emerging along China's transboundary rivers, historically a source of contention with its neighbors. China is the source of 16 main rivers that provide potable water to 14 Asian nations and nearly 3 billion inhabitants, or more than one-third of the global population. China, often referred to as Asia's water tower, has frequently been portrayed as the upstream aggressor in water politics, appropriating what it requires for its benefit without regard for its downstream neighbors. However, as the relationship between sustainable development and regional stability strengthens, China can leverage the issue of transboundary water management as a pretext to foster regional cooperation and peace through coercion. In addition to navigating diplomacy with several neighboring states, its success will also be contingent on the volatile course of the China-US rivalry, given that China aspires to be the global leader in renewable energy production. Clean energy sectors are modifying their worldwide approaches to align more closely with international political alliances. In addition, supply chains and global mineral markets have changed, as China has recently restricted exports of strategic rare earth minerals. Concurrently, riparian states are incorporating hydropower development and transboundary water management into their security, political, and economic negotiations as part of an emergent security sustainability nexus. This situation poses obstacles for China to establish and supervise platforms that promote regional collaboration. Subsequent states are under tremendous pressure to use renewable energy to stimulate the economies of sizable populations. Leveraging the immense potential of these rivers through hydropower could be the solution. As a consequence of the 2016 Paris Agreement implementation, numerous nations in the region are now confronted with heightened obligations to transition away from fossil fuels and allocate resources towards the advancement of hydropower. China's complex geopolitical positions, diplomatic histories, political cultures, and diverse domestic renewable energy demands may render it a more suitable partner for certain entities than others. Following significant demonstrations in Thailand in 2004 that opposed a proposed dam project in southwestern China, environmental advocates and campaigners from 4 lower Mekong countries, Vietnam, Laos, Cambodia, and Thailand, have frequently joined forces to prevent the establishment of hydroelectric facilities and dams on the upper Mekong, also referred to as the Lansong through the Chinese. Due to the protests, Chinese environmental NGOs joined transnational coalitions opposing the construction of large dams in China. However, in recent times, states in the lower Mekong region have collaborated with China to develop hydropower projects on the river in response to domestic energy demands. Despite being extremely sensitive to public demonstrations, some authoritarian states in the region have permitted environmentalists and non-governmental organizations to demonstrate against dams constructed in neighboring countries and funded by Chinese capital. Illustrative instances include the Laos Xayaburi Dam and the Thailand Sanakum Dam project. The situation between China and India has become even more fraught. Observers have occasionally referred to diplomatic conflicts involving transboundary water resource management as water wars. India has accused China of meddling in water conflicts between India and Pakistan on multiple occasions since the creation of the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor. According to scholarly investigations from a decade ago, China's water diplomacy continued to be underdeveloped and ineffectual due to domestic and international institutional constraints. The Chinese government considers transboundary lake basins, rivers, and other water resources to serve domestic economic purposes, including shipping, hydroelectric generation, agricultural irrigation, and fisheries. Consequently, they are administered fragmentarily by a multitude of state agencies. Like non-traditional security policy domains like irregular migration and refugee affairs, transnational water management lacks a specialized regulatory body and a unified legal political structure. Divergences and collaborations are managed autonomously by particular geopolitical considerations without cross-referencing. In other words, what has proven effective in the Lansong-Mekong region might not be transferable to the cooperation between China and Kazakhstan along the Ili River. Before the 2000s, China's participation in multilateral water and environmental cooperation on an international scale was notably restricted. China did not participate in the Mekong Committee, an organization that operated from 1957 to 1995 and did not become a dialogue partner of the Mekong River Commission, its successor organization, until 1996. The 5 lower Mekong countries extended an invitation to India to join the Mekong-Ganga cooperation in 2000. Consequently, a diplomatic lapse ensued in how China administered transnational waters. This cavity will substantially improve by 2024. The limitations of the management of environmental resources and transboundary water in China have been significantly mitigated. While a unified state agency responsible for coordinating China's water diplomacy across regions has yet to be established, the Foreign Ministry and other international-facing agencies have become considerably more active since the turn of the decade. In 2017, China established the Lancong-Mekong Cooperation, which served to emphasize its upstream geopolitical influence in the Mekong region instead of avoiding it. The second 5-year plan of action on Lancong-Mekong Cooperation, 2023 to 2027, has entered its second year of implementation. In addition to energy, cooperation in transboundary water conservation and management is included on an extensive list of planned comprehensive actions, including trade and finance, energy, disaster prevention, transnational crime reduction, and economic development and poverty alleviation. Regarding the Ili, Irtysh, and other rivers connecting to Central Asia's waterways, China has engaged in extensive negotiations with all pertinent parties, including Russia. By employing several significant multilateral platforms, including the Eurasian Economic Union and the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, which China has either initiated or is amicable to, China has tagged water and hydropower projects in the region alongside other forms of development cooperation, including infrastructure construction and smart grid and energy systems, agriculture and rural development, and transportation development. Furthermore, rapid streamlining, repackaging, and integration of transboundary water and environmental resource management about Southeast Asia, Central Asia, and portions of South Asia into large-scale, multifaceted projects of development, clean energy, and capacity building have occurred since the Belt and Road Initiative's inception in 2013. China, for instance, has provided hydropower and water conservation training to professionals in numerous ASEAN nations, regardless of their direct connection to the Mekong River basin. These may be more incremental initiatives than conventional intergovernmental negotiations and cooperation, but they aim to establish new consensus and foundations for long-term collaboration.